American dream. Have 3.4 kids or something, and maybe fucking get a white picket fence with a backyard, and maybe even a dog. You know? It's the American dream. 2 cars in every garage. Hey, that's why they invented insurance. Now insurance runs our lives with our health care. That would have to be outside the borders of the United States. Canada. I feel a lot of people's freedoms are actually going to be threatened, and they're actually going to move and migrate from the United States to Canada, where they actually do have a more open-minded society. You know, even though the weather's going to be a lot colder up there than what people are used to, I think because people are not willing to sacrifice their freedoms. That's a point, but really, global warming is just another scare. It is not true. There's no real founding of global warming. We actually contribute, as even with our petrochemical industries, putting forth the CO2 gases and the carbon monoxide gases in our atmosphere. We're only a 2% contributor compared to the actual solar event, which is natural for the evolution of our solar system and planet. Global warming has been started ever since the end of the Ice Age. The warming of the Ice Age never stopped.
Cycles of Ice Age.
When was the last Ice Age? 45,000 years ago. When did the glaciers stop melting from that point? When did recorded history say that the glaciers stopped melting and either got bigger or smaller?
In reality, they did the same thing as we are doing right now.
The glaciers have considerably been getting smaller ever since the very beginning of the history of the date of the time that they started measuring the glaciers in the first place. They have never increased. They have always decreased.
Some have.
Which ones have increased?
The one in Chile.
The one in Chile. There's no glaciers in Chile.
Yeah, there are.
Chile is near the border, in the equator of the United World planet. You know, it's like
and it's also
there's no glacier in the equator, man.
No, not in the equator.
Well, that's where Chile is, dude.
Yeah, but Chile's along the coast, down along, and
it's still South America.
Yeah, and it stretches down towards
it's below
Antarctica.
It's below the United. No.
Yes, South America does.
You're talking about the South Pole area, the Southern Pole region.
Yeah, and Chile stretches down that far.
Maybe it's worse. I don't know. That's pretty far, dude. Chile does stretch a lot, like a chili pepper, along down the coast there, but I didn't realize they actually had an island that far down. It's possible. I'm not saying you're wrong, I'm just saying, you know.
Well, you didn't think I was on there, and you thought I was on there.
Well, man, how do you feel that, you know, generations before you have already made decisions for your fate and your life?
Why? Because I'm on it?
That's not you. On the webpage, currently, we have the cartoon Obama that states all the truth of 10 facts.
I claim
It's a great animated character. I enjoy it. More than just the character, I enjoyed what he actually says in stating facts that are true.
I'm always for truthful facts, yeah.
The more people that know that they've been lied to and misled by the petrochemical industry, the more people are going to get mad at the petrochemical industry for the shape that they put our economy in, and the fucking and the state of our planet as far as pollution. The petrochemical companies are going to be held responsible for their actions.
People are stupid.
People are going to wake up. People were stupid. People were ignorant of the fact. People are more educated now. People are smarter.
Maybe one day. Maybe one day before we die. Let's hope for that.
Well, it's been 73 years in the making, so therefore it's already started long before we were born, so therefore we got a head start. Others may have seen the beginning of it, but we may be the ones to see the end of it and finish this insanity and stop the petrochemicals from moving in on the environment of our planet and the well-being of our human race population on the whole planet.
What about fish?
The fish too. It would have an ecological effect on all animal life on this planet.
The flora and fauna, I love it all.
How would you like to go to a walk and fish in any creek and catch a dozen fish
I do it.
with no sweat?
I have it many times.
Yeah, I know, but with less effort.
Yeah, I want to do it 10 years from now too.
Right. But if the petrochemical companies keep poisoning our atmosphere, the fish won't live to see it. And even if we do catch a fish to be able to eat it, it'll be poisonous. This is what the petrochemical synthetic energy has to offer us.
Hated my glue.
Well, there's a good edit point. One or two things I say right. I'm actually just cut it and paste it. The sections of the video. Sometimes, like right before then, I was actually talking and saying something. I'll actually cut that and paste it into the video. Like I did before the movie, and then I'll put it all together. Well, then I'll send it to Washington. There'll be other people there so I can ask the questions to them. MSNBC.
I love it.
So, what would you decide to become a hemp advocate and a hemp activist and a hemp dissident? Maybe you become a dissident. I'm not really a lobbyist, because I'm not registered as a lobbyist.